Why are men refusing to date older women? Well, I'm going to give you 10 reasons why. But before we get into that, let's deal with the lies first. Because every time this topic come up, the same excuses flood the comments. Not all of us are like that. Men only date younger women because they want to manipulate them. Blah, blah, blah. Same old excuses. Here's the truth most people don't want to say out loud. Older women aren't being overlooked because men are unfair. They're being overlooked because it's a bad investment to deal with them. They literally offer no value. And it's not because they don't have value. It's because the value that they do have, they shut it off and can't find a button to turn it back on. For decades, women are told to focus on education, careers, and independence, and they listened. But every time they try to get into a relationship, they fail to tap into their feminine energy. Once you got a taste of, I can support myself, any idea of being cooperative and supportive to a man takes away her sense of self-empowerment. Why? Because the focus on education, careers, and independence requires masculine energy to be used heavily. So the very traits that helped them survive alone became the same traits that made them incompatible with men. Men see the pattern. High standards, low cooperation, combative energy, no peace, emotional baggage that makes them unfit for relationships. And instead of fixing it, therapists and influencers keep telling them that their trauma defines them and empowers them, which is the complete opposite of what a man values in a woman. During a woman's journey, most of them never learn or never care to learn what a man actually wants from a woman. So when they finally put effort into learning what men want, the things they discover limits them to being a bust down. They're being taught that men are just dogs that only want sex, food, beer, and football Sundays. The problem with this is it only makes her valuable on the weekends. Why scoop up an old nag after Friday when you can get a young baddie who can do the same thing with more energy, beauty, and more cooperation? And that's a few of the things we're going to talk about in this video. So if you haven't hit the like button yet, go ahead and do it now. And let's get into the first reason. Reason 1, older women have high standards but low value. And no, this isn't about chasing six-figure, 6-foot men. That's the excuse people use to soften what's really happening. The reality is this. Even average men aren't signing up to deal with them anymore. Even below average men are walking away. Because the issue isn't that older women can't reach top tier men. It's that they can't even hold the interest of any man, period. And that's not a reflection of the men. That's a reflection of what these women became. They want a man who's financially stable and smart with his money, while they're unstable and not even paying off their own debt. They want you to come in and do that. They want a man who's emotionally available, but they haven't healed from their past relationships. They want a man who is flexible with his leadership because it helps when they refuse to follow him from time to time. They want a man who communicates clearly, but okay with her having a lack of transparency. They want a man who's fit, but okay with her using thyroid as an excuse. They want a man with discipline, but someone who doesn't expect the same from his woman. They want a man with vision, but he has to be open to allowing her to reshape his vision to compensate for the things she sees as fit. They want a man who protects and deters other men who may disrespect her, but she wants to be allowed to dress like a hooker. Every standard they set for men is also a trap, and that's why men, average, high value, even below average, have stopped signing up. When expectations rise and value drops, the market corrects itself. That correction is what you're seeing right now.
Men aren't intimidated by older women. They're exhausted by timelines. When the first date feels like a quarterly review with marriage KPIs, the vibe dies instantly. Attraction wants freedom, not a countdown clock. Romance doesn't thrive under pressure, no matter how ready someone claims to be.
You want to know why men pick younger women? It's not because they're prettier. It's not because they're easier. It's because older women have forgotten how to be feminine. Yes, I said it. See, younger women still have something that a lot of older women have lost along the way. That is softness, admiration, and the ability to actually receive a man's energy instead of competing with it. Older men do not want to fight every day. They do not want to be your emotional punching bag or your therapist. They want peace. They want a woman who listens, who is grateful, who still sees the man in front of her instead of resenting him for the ones in her past. And no, this does not apply to everybody. There are exceptions, but I am talking about the rule. When a younger woman walks in with light, feminine energy, and a willingness to follow, it feels refreshing to a man who has been carrying the world on his back. It's not about a number on her driver's license. It is about her energy. A woman in her 40s who's done the inner work, who leads with softness and respects masculine energy, she will always win. But if we're being honest, most don't, and that's exactly why men go for younger girls.
Men don't chase age. They chase energy. If the pitch is, I've learned so much from my past, men here, you'll pay for it. Experience is cool, but it doesn't replace playfulness. Dating isn't a rehabilitation program.
I think men don't prefer older women, and I think they don't prefer career women. And a lot of times these women end up single, childless, and alone because feminism told them that was going to get them the results that they wanted, and it doesn't.
There's a reason, women can carry children and men can't. So that instantly allows man to have different goals in terms of the workforce than women.
Oh, I think feminism lies to women. So I think they tell you to chase the bag, follow your career, and someone is still going to want you at the end of it.
People keep trying to outthink biology. It doesn't work that way.
To me, feminism just seemed like an affluent white woman problem. I was like, what are the complaints? What really don't we have in the West? I served in the United States Army. They let me do that, so I just don't see it.
Increasingly, you see women that go for it in terms of their career, and then it's too late. And then they realize, wow, this job is not making me happy, but my gosh, can I just tell you as a new mom what you feel like when your son smiles at you?
Men didn't suddenly become shallow. They just stopped volunteering for stress. Less emotional luggage, fewer expectations, more room to breathe. Funny how choosing peace still gets labeled as fear. Sometimes it's not fear, it's wisdom.
Why do you date younger women?
Less trauma, less emotional baggage.
What's going on with men? Why are y'all like this?
I think it's because of social media.
Ooh, that's an interesting take.
I was asking this girl I was dating, younger than me, I was asking her like,
why do you date younger women?
oh, less trauma, less emotional baggage.
So you like to have the younger girls that are like fresh and undamaged?
To see if there's long-term potential, yeah.
How much younger do you date?
8 years has been like the biggest gap.
How old are you?
32.
Okay. Would you ever date an older woman?
No.
Why not?
I've tried that, and there was just too much. There was too much baggage. The way she would communicate was a little challenging. Instead of having a conversation in person, she'd like to send a whole novel or paragraph.
Oh, well, that's weird. I don't know if that's an older woman thing or just a crazy woman thing.
I don't know. It's just my experience.
So do you have age limits set on dating apps?
Probably 27 would be the oldest.
And women your own age still not good?
All the ones my age who are really good have been taken.
Do your friends feel the same way?
Definitely. Well, it's a little more challenging for older women because you do have a clock that's racing against you.
Right, if you want children, yeah.
You want children, yeah.
What are you looking for in a woman, in a girl?
Cares about family, emotionally mature, maybe a more traditional value too.
Trad wife. You like women?
Of course. Look, women are the most beautiful people in the world.
Men aren't avoiding older women. They're avoiding conversations that feel like exit interviews. If every date turns into a recap of past disappointments, attraction clocks out early. Chemistry doesn't survive constant comparisons. No man wants to compete with ghosts.
Young men who date older women usually have mommy issues, which means they have emotional needs that their mother did not meet, usually nurturing or being kind and accommodating or being there for them. And therefore they seek it out in a form of older women, hoping that in that relationship, she meets the needs that their mother didn't.
Men don't date based on resumes or life credits. Being established doesn't automatically make someone desirable. You can't negotiate attraction with achievements. Desire is felt, not reasoned into existence.
I had a guy troll my video the other day, and this is what he said. Spoiler alert, all the women who are deferring being with who they got will be gravely disappointed in your 30s as your looks go way south. I'm 36 and will never date any women in her 30s, ever. Ignoring the stark grammatical errors aside, let's see if his thesis holds true. Here's a photo of me from 10 years ago at the innocent, pure, desirable age of 22. And here's the photo of me from 20 seconds ago, unfiltered and unedited, looking like the haggard beast that I clearly am at the ripe old age of 32. And while I could expound further on the subject, they say a picture is worth 1,000 words, and I've got 2 of them here, so I'll let the pictures do most of the talking. But here's what I will say. Ladies, a man who was born in this country whose first language is English, who doesn't know how to appropriately pluralize the word woman, probably doesn't know anything about women to begin with.
Men want peace, not power struggles disguised as standards. If every interaction feels like a test, they quietly opt out. No arguments, no speeches, just distance. Silence is often the answer no one wants to hear.
This is why guys don't like dating older women, and I know I'm gonna get murdered in the comments for this, but that's okay. I wanna tell you ladies what the truth is. Now I'm 35, I've been single for roughly 2 years. I've been on a lot of dates. I've dated women, 6, 7 years older, and I've dated women 6, 7 years younger. So in their 20s and in their early 40s. And here's the biggest difference. It's not that younger girls are more attractive or any of that. It's that they literally haven't been tainted by the world. And what I mean by that is if you go out with a younger girl, she's oftentimes still super ambitious, she's fun, she's excited about life. But the complete opposite, in my opinion, happens when I go out with women who are older than me. Typically women who are, let's say, 40 years old, they've been either cheated on, divorced, they're raising multiple kids, and the dad probably isn't super helpful. And honestly, it's not their fault. But you can just feel this sense that to them, life is over. There is no better season coming. What they have went through in the past is as good as it's going to get. And us as guys, we don't want that. We want to be with somebody who is fun, adventurous, has goals, has a big future planned, wants to do awesome things in life, wants to build cool stuff together. And so that is the core reason. That's it. It's not that young girls are more attractive or whatever. And honestly, sometimes I wish I would date somebody my age or a little bit older just for the maturity factor alone. But I simply can't get over the negativity feeling that comes out of these dates that I've been on. And it's all because of what they've been through and clearly haven't been completely over.
Men were told to be honest about preferences, then punished for it. So now they choose silently and let the internet argue instead. No announcements, no debates, no explanations, just decisions.
Let's just take men being sickos off the table here for a second. Part of the reason men are attracted to younger women is because younger women still have their feminine essence that is innocent. Women have the ability to turn any experience into pure magic. We can get a coffee, we can go for a walk outside, we can go for a bike ride, and when we feel safe, when we feel totally in the moment, taken care of, our eyes will fill up with this glow that allows men to experience life in the present moment. A lot of women have been so beat up, abused, taken advantage of, betrayed, that they've put a shell around their heart that has made them themselves lose that joy, lose that innocence, lose that experience. The wonder from their eyes is gone. The innocence is gone. The joy is gone. Now, I'm not saying that men should source their joy from women. That would be backwards. But I am saying that is part of the delight of being around the feminine essence. Being a female is delightful. It's joyful. It's pure beauty. It's the embodiment of magic and new life. That is why many women are muses for men. They get business ideas from us. They work harder for us. Because when they are around a feminine essence, it inspires that divine masculine ability. So when we are thinking about loving each other, let's not just focus on what we want to avoid. Let's focus on what we want to encourage and inspire to come out of the other person.
Men choosing younger isn't rebellion, it's instinct. Attraction doesn't care about think pieces or social pressure. You can shame it, debate it, hashtag it. It still won't change.
I'm 20 years older than my boyfriend, and we have been warned that at my age, an active sex life could be dangerous, even fatal. Well, what can I say? If he dies, he dies.
Dating isn't a moral obligation. Men go where excitement still exists, not where compromise is the opening move. When effort is demanded before attraction, interest disappears. Desire leads, logic follows. That's all for today. Please hit the like and subscribe button, and don't forget to press the notification bell so you get the latest updates from our channel.